What movie ending is horribly depressing? Stand By Me. Listening to narrator talk about how friends fade into obscurity and only memories remain becomes more relatable every time I watch it. The Fox and the Hound. Say 7N. Pay It Forward is a movie where Haley Joel Osment in his child acting phase is a miraculously nice and empathic child. He decides to do anything he can to improve the lives of three people: his alcoholic single mother, his teacher who has severe burn scars, and a homeless man. He helps his mom give up drinking and he helps his teacher find love by hooking up with the kid's mom. The homeless man gets cash, like all the money that an 11-year-old can put his hands on. The rule is that each person he helps needs to help 3 more people in turn, paying the kindness forward. The kindnesses multiply and the community starts to notice this kid. Things are really starting to improve and there's a really hopeful future. Anyway, the kid stands up to a bully and gets stabbed to death. The end. /opening square bracket. No Country for Old Men. Nobody wins. Except maybe Anton. The ending of American History X hit me pretty hard the first time. The Mist. I think it's why they made an alternate ending. Memento is a singular movie to me where I thought it was brilliant and I never want to watch it ever again. My Girl. His glasses. He can't see without his glasses. Bridge to Terabithia. I saw that movie as a kid and rewatched it last year and again I cried like a bitch. The original ending to Clerks. Dante spends his day fucking up everything in his life. And by the end of the night, he seems to realize that he needs to make an attempt to unfuck everything. After Randall leaves, where the movie normally ends, a thief comes in the store and shoots Dante. $1 Million Baby. What's the worst excuse for cheating? This one happened to a good friend of mine. I was with him just after this little gem was dropped on him. Took him some time to recover. Quote, I actually wasn't cheating on you. I was dating other guy first. So I was actually cheating on him. Madam President of the Society of Pedantics didn't see an issue with what she said. Came home early from work to my last ex in bed with another guy. I wasn't trying to hurt you, I didn't think you would find out. I came home early because I spilled a fryer on my leg and she ignored my call for a ride because she was busy being fucked. I'm still mad when I think about it. She's your twin. Does it really count as cheating? I'll never forget my first semester in college. I met a girl in Psychology 101 that shared with whole class that her boyfriend cheated on her. She said she was going to forgive him because his reason for cheating was because he had never slept with a black girl before and wanted to know what it was like. The cake was sitting in the fridge. Someone had to eat it. I got called pussy for not cheating on you in a dream. I deserve to have sex with a hot guy. Sorry we started the threesome without you. You're too nice. I'm doing you a favor. It just happened. XGF tried to get one of my close friends to do things with her. When he told me and I asked her about it, she told me she liked him, but still liked me more. That was the last straw. I thought about you the whole time. Physically disabled users of Reddit. What are some less commonly talked about struggles that come with your disability? The heinous need to be near a bathroom at all times. You wouldn't think. But so many places don't have bathrooms and it really limits where you can go and how you socialize. It's very limiting. I don't look disabled so I get judged as lazy all the time. Every minute of every day is simply pain. It hurts to move. It hurts to not move. It just always hurts. I am disabled and a part-time forearm crutch user. I have been accused for doing this to get attention because I'm young and I don't look disabled. The number of random people who will grab or lean on my wheelchair without permission when I'm in it would shock you. Brachial plexus palsy from birth. There's so many things that you would never even think of would be difficult to do until you have to reach with both arms. Changing light bulbs in ceiling lights. Hanging curtains. Screwing things into walls. Putting things on or getting things on a high shelf. I'm a fairly tall person but I end up standing on chairs a lot. The problem is even with standing on a chair, say, to put a screw in the wall to hang a picture. My paralyzed arm will only reach out about a half-inch from my body. Putting on a coat can be weirdly difficult. I usually just stuff my one arm in it and then swing the coat around to get my other one in. Also, coats and jackets and long-sleeve shirts always look a little odd because one sleeve is always cuffed up. That's more vanity than anything, but it's just something that I have to do most days. I'm grateful that even though I have a disability, I've had it since birth. There were many times in my life when I wished I had two working arms. And that I could be like everyone else. I used to dream that one day I would wake up and my arm would just work. That's never going to happen. However, this is the only way I've ever known how to live. So I guess it could be worse. I don't mind it now. I can joke about it. It's part of who I am. Not always being able to tell when an illness or injury is bad enough to need medical attention. When nauseous, fatigued, and in a noticeable amount of pain is just your constant state of being. It's not easy to know when something worse might be going on or if you're just having a bad flare-up. People get mad when I'm standing in the disabled line. Yes, I've fucking noticed I'm in the disabled line. Thanks for reminding me of that. I'm physically disabled, which affects my mobility, which in turn affects my mentality. I feel self-conscious about how I walk and how I look. I'm 23, still in college, and last year started to use a walker. I look around campus and see everyone else walking independently. No problems. I definitely feel like all eyes are on me. And not in a good way, although everyone is so nice. I just feel this way for some reason. I wish I could go back to when I was able to walk independently. Sometimes I even wish I wasn't disabled at all. So yeah, being physically disabled can affect you mentally as well. We hate when people try to get offended on our behalf. We aren't children. Also, with my disability, I've been accused of having monkeypox. I have NF1 and have tumors on my face that some people mistake for monkeypox. That scenario recently happened to a girl on a train in NYC, and a doctor in Spain made a false story about a guy who had it, but it was really tumors on his legs. People are assholes. I use a cane, and sometimes my fiancé forget I only have one hand available when standing. Also, the amount of energy required to do the same activities. Farts or wheelchair height. The amount of people who stand in your way and just ignore you is astounding. I wasn't expecting that. Like, what makes them think this way? I really don't know. What was the dumbest thing you did while losing your virginity that you believed was normal? She moaned my name and I said, "What's up?" Commented on the fact that her cat was peeing in the toilet. Never seen or heard of this before in my life and was absolutely amazed. I was getting a blowjob and I wanted her to lick my balls, but I didn't know how to tell her, so I whispered loudly, "Balls." I put my hair into a low bun, looked him straight in the eyes, and said, "Low buns make me feel like a boy in colonial times." No idea why I said that. He just stared at me for a few seconds. Did it on the beach. Thought that would be romantic. The sand wasn't. We were kissing and cuddling for some time before, and she said, "How far do you want to take this?" Not realizing what she meant, I kinda stuttered a bit and said, well, I was hoping to marry you one day, completely unironically. Safe to say we had a pretty good night. On my 19th birthday, my girlfriend, at the time, not current, and I both lost our virginities to each other. Both of us got so completely wasted that, on top of already having no clue what we were doing, it made matters much worse that I was just barely able to get hard. Let's just say there was a lot of creative finagling to be done in order to achieve penetration so that we could technically say, we did it. No orgasms to be had for either of us. Not even close. I used to think the dick had to come all the way out and go all way in and all way out and all way in, like full withdrawal between every thrust. I lasted for an eternity. Like 45 minutes at least. I remember thinking about faking an orgasm. But that seemed kinda dumb for me at the time. After a while I just told her a bit stuttery something like, sorry, I don't know what's wrong, and she answered very sweet something like, don't worry. I just enjoy the closeness to you. Which is pretty remarkable considering it was her first time too. After that I got much more relaxed and came in like 3 or 4 minutes. We were both inexperienced. She went down and let's just say the vacuum pulled too hard and it hurt. For a moment I felt a part of me might get detached. Teeth involved, too. I moaned because, well, I was supposed to. Then she went harder. I'm somehow still alive. Kept saying, oh yeah! Exclamation mark. Quote, like the Kool-Aid man cause I didn't know what noises to make. It was a festival in another country. She was a few years older than me. Very sweet and gentle, but also a tiny bit creepy with her tendency to stare at me with big open eyes and her slightly dramatic way to speak. She very openly announced that she would like to make love with me, and we should go to my tent. And I excitedly agreed, took out the condom that I was carrying around in my wallet for a few years. And she says that she finds it a bit disgusting. And I don't have to use it since she's on the pill and only had sex a couple of times. Being a bit drunk, excited, horny, an idiot, I go straight in. Things go better than I expected. And once I felt my time is coming I tell her I'm going out. She reacts by holding me by the butt and saying, no, you need to come inside me. I want you to do that. My brain is completely gone and I do as she said. She hugs me strongly, tells me she's very happy she met me and that she thinks I'm a great person. Dresses up, and leaves to go to the bathroom. I never saw her again. She apparently left the festival that night. The name and phone number she left me were both fake. I know the chance isn't that high. But I sometimes still wonder if I have a child walking this earth that I'll never get to know. What older horror movie, 40 plus years old, still holds up? Alien is over 40 now. It's still fucking killer. The Changeling, 1980. Still the scariest movie I have ever seen. Joseph. My name is Joseph. Rosemary's Baby. It's more of a psychological thriller than horror in some ways. But it's a really disturbing movie if you can adjust to the pace and watch Rosemary be gaslit by everyone around her over control of her body. Really well written film that was executed just about perfectly. The Haunting 1963, The Exorcist 1973. Invasion of the Body Snatchers, 1978. The Omen with Gregory Peck and Lee Remick. The Thing. The Wicker Man, original. Not the Nicolas Cage comedy remake that still holds up. The Shining. In fact, the older it gets, the creepier it feels. Those zero CGI horror flicks definitely have a different feel from some of the modern ones. The Overlook feels eerie even if nothing scary had happened. Psycho. Classic Era, 1969. Nosferatu Modern Era, 1970. Jaws.